What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? So, Beauty and the Beast,
Kong Skull Island,
Logan,
Episode 8, Last Jedi
the
teaser
best
trailer.
love letters to Hollywood that we've
This
ever
film
seen.
is a masterpiece. So, until the next time, goodbye. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets is written and directed by Luc Besson, who also did films like The Fifth Element, The Professional, Lucy, and this film is very similar in style to The Fifth Element. They're both sci-fi space opera style films, and Valerian is based on a French comic book series which apparently Luc Besson read as a child, and he's been planning this project for a long time, and he threw everything that he had into this film. He funded it himself. It's the most expensive French film ever produced. It's something like $177 million, and you can see where the money went to because this film is visually stunning. The visuals in this film are some of the best all year, and as a result, the action sequences are a ton of fun. Valerian was a film that I was really looking forward to because of the trailers. I really enjoyed the trailers. The visuals look great. I also like Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne as actors, and the film was as good as I wanted it to be, no more, no less. It's no masterpiece, but it's an entertaining, original, if slightly overlong sci-fi film. The sheer scope of this film has to be admired. You cannot fault the visuals or the world building in this film. The film revolves around a giant space station called Alpha, where basically over the past century, all the different species, alien species, humans, they've been coming together and sharing their cultures, ideas. It's basically one giant hub of life. And then something goes wrong on their space station, and that's when the story kicks in. And Valerian, played by Dane DeHaan, and his partner Laureline, played by Cara Delevingne, have to come in and sort out the situation. But Alpha, this giant space station, there are so many different worlds inside this one space station, and in brief shots you can just see so many different things going on, and if you paused it you would look and admire how many different things are going on in just one shot. So the visuals and world building are definitely one of the best things about the film. There are 3 or 4 definite standout action sequences. The first being this really cool sequence early on where Valerian has to wear these glasses, but when he's not wearing these glasses the place just looks like a normal desert place with a few houses, but then when he puts these glasses on it's this huge hidden world that he can now see. It's a giant marketplace filled with all these different people and aliens, and that's their first mission. They have to retrieve something from this hidden world that they can only see when wearing these cool high-tech glasses. That was really cool. Another sequence that was shown in the trailers is when Valerian is literally jumping from place to place inside Alpha. He's barging through walls, swimming through the different underwater places, and he has this gun, and he can shoot it right where his feet are about to land, so he can jump through midair by shooting these platforms ahead of him. That was really cool, because first off, it was just him running straight through, so it was a really cool action shot, and also you got to see all the different worlds inside this space station. Another really weird but great sequence involving Rihanna as a shape-shifting pole dancer. Yeah, you heard that. And that whole scene when she's doing her thing, it was really cool because the effect that they had to use for the constant changing appearance of Rihanna was a really interesting one. Dane DeHaan was an interesting choice to play Valerian because he's this roguish space agent. He's cocky, he's full of himself, kind of like Han Solo, and Dane DeHaan's much more used to playing dark, brooding characters, so it was a definite step away from the normal dramas that he does. But I actually really enjoyed his performance and the whole personality of Valerian. He doesn't have natural chemistry with Cara Delevingne, who plays Laureline, but they had a different kind of relationship. They had this kind of spiky relationship, and there was a splash of romance thrown in as well. Sometimes, though, they're let down by the script, which is definitely on and off. Sometimes the dialogue is really stilted. It is nowhere near as bad as the romantic dialogue in Attack of the Clones.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah. There's nothing as bad as that. The script does have definite issues and the dialogue does feel stilted sometimes though. Also sometimes the plot gets a bit jumbled. There isn't one main narrative and they go on a few different side quests. It's like when you're playing a video game and there's one end boss that you have to get to, but then also you have to go and do these little like side quests. It's like when you're playing Zelda and you have to like help out this one guy who's trying to get a chicken farm, but you also have to go and beat the bad guy. Yeah, it's like that. But despite the jumbled plot and the occasional stilted writing, Valerian gets by on its visuals, and it has some really funny humour and a ton of heart, and the world building and all the different places and the different aliens and the weird characters that you meet, they all add up to something that is wholly original that I really enjoyed. I'm going to give Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets a B. Perfectly entertaining film, nothing more, nothing less. Go and see it if you wish. It's not struggling too poorly at the box office, although it is near the end of its run. I don't think it's going to make enough money to justify a sequel, but hopefully in the future people will look back on this film and see it as a very cool original sci-fi film. So those are my thoughts on Valerian. What do you guys think? If you've seen it, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and until the next time, goodbye.